very fortunate to be selected in high school to be in the program of the Museum of Modern Art for young people, and I never saw contemporary art ever, and it just blew me away. And then I went in the summertime to the Art Students League and was accepted into Pratt Institute, where I studied and became a textile designer. An artist can do many things. I'm a painter, I'm a sculptor, I'm a dreamer. An artist is many. You could create many, many things. It's not just one thing. I've always been interested in three-dimensional art. I've worked with fiberglass, bent wood, and I had the opportunity to go to Italy. And one day I said, that's where I'm going, because that's where I need to be to learn about marble and stone and carving. And so I took myself to Pietrasanta, and I studied there with just many artists. So when I came there, I had a background in art, and so I came with maquettes that I created here in my studio and shipped them over. So I had a starting point. I start with the maquette, and then I find the stone that would go with the maquette, that would enhance my maquette. Not every stone goes with a maquette. In Italy, marble is called crystal, and it took me a while to learn. They kept saying crystal, crystal, until I realized they're talking about marble. And so I would find pieces that would work for my maquettes. And I'm extremely happy and excited when I'm creating something. And that seems to make me keep on going and going and going. I noticed there was an ad in the newspaper, and it sounded fascinating to me, and I decided to submit a maquette to this program. Part of you had to include the seniors in your project. That was one part of it. And then I wanted it, if they sat outside on the courtyard, I wanted a very slow waterfall coming down very softly. And if it got sort of dark in the fall, it would light up from underneath and come up, so it would be very soothing to them and have a nice feeling. And that's how it all came about. But it was such a pleasure, and the seniors enjoyed participating. They gathered the little stones. They told me what images they wanted on the side of the fountain. And they watched me work it out, and they said, put that line here, put that there. So everybody was just part of the piece, and that made it most enjoyable because it was for them to have pleasure. One day I was watching my grandchildren just throwing clothes on a chair, and I looked and I was watching them, and I said, what an interesting subject matter. And that's when I started to build maquettes until I found that it worked after a few maquettes of failures, but this one worked, I felt, quite well, and I put it into marble. And I'm extremely happy and excited when I'm creating something. And that seems to make me keep on going and going and going. One day I started to think about my life, and I remembered the picnics I used to go on with my family. And I said, you know, it's wonderful memories. I think I would like to do a picnic basket so it would remind me of when I was young. We went on picnics, drank wine, sandwiches and fruit, and that's how that came about. And I started to make my maquette, and I laughed because it brought back such wonderful memories of a picnic. I was at the beach with some friends in Pietrasanta, and I had marble left over from a large piece that I had bought, and just enough to make a small sculpture. And there was this beach ball, and I was wearing this hat, and I put it together, and I said, that's my maquette. I'm going to make a hat on a butt. I was leaving Pietrasanta and going back to America, and we had a little party for me. And we drank champagne, and a friend brought flowers, and I had put it in this bucket to take, and it tipped over, and I looked down, I said, there goes another memory. I must put it into marble. And that's how that came about. Very simple and lots of fun and memories. That was a very interesting one. I did one, a briefcase for a man going to work, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if a woman was in the office, she had this mail briefcase and she was going away, and I put the bra and the lipstick tube and her cell phone and her sweater, and I wanted to make it like she's going to have a lot of fun on this holiday. Life is full of good memories and bad memories, and so I try to find memories that make me feel good and happy inside. And so possibly that's what comes out, because my life is full of wonderful people I've met and places I've been to, and had wonderful dinners and tasted great food. And so memories, I've never thought about it, but possibly that's why I'm attracted to memories. welcome back to my studio. I'm still working on my 2 trees and hopefully to get it done this year because I have 2 more projects I would like to do. Thank you for visiting me. Bye.